The jam that broke the royals. Meghan's brand is transparent. The tabloid outrage isn't. So, guys, imagine launching a small business with heart, care, and transparency, only to have major newspapers spend months trying to find something, anything wrong with your jam. Yes, jam. Meghan Sussex's lifestyle brand, as ever, is being treated like a national security threat by British tabloids because her fruit spreads, teas, and soon to launch rosé wine dare to succeed. Let's unpack why this latest scandal isn't about jam at all, but about power, control, and resentment. The manufactured outrage. For several months, the Mail on Sunday launched an investigation worthy of a spy novel, interviewing jam manufacturers, fruit growers, and packaging companies across the US to uncover the secret of where Meghan's jam is made. Their bombshell that her raspberry preserve is made in Illinois cue the outrage. However, somehow, Meghan outsourcing manufacturing to a reputable facility is now a headline-worthy scandal. Meanwhile, King Charles Duchy Organics sells apples from Chile. No backlash, no headlines, because the jam isn't the story. Meghan is. Normal business guys twisted as coverage. Let's talk about business facts. Most food brands outsource. That's how you ensure quality control. Ensure that you can meet the quality, right? Because one of the things you want to make sure that you have enough stock to meet demand. Health regulations and shelf availability. Meghan never pretended she was hand stirring jam in Montecito. Her launch video made it crystal clear. Remember when she launched and she told you why she was changing her name from American Riviera? She explained everything. As Meghan say, it's not what she says, it's how they twist her words all the time. As Ever was always intended to be more than local. She explicitly said she passed on calling it American Riviera Orchard because she didn't want to be limited to only Santa Barbara grown goods.
Last year, I had thought, you know what, American Riviera, that sounds like such a great name. It's my neighborhood, it's a nickname for Santa Barbara, but it limited me to things that were just manufactured and grown in this area. Then Netflix came on, not just as my partner in the show, but as my partner in my business, which was huge. So I thought about it, and I've been waiting for a moment to share a name that I had secured in 2022, and this is the moment. And it's called As Ever. As Ever essentially means as it's always been. And if you followed me since 2014 with the TIG, you know I've always loved cooking and crafting and gardening. This is what I do, and I haven't been able to share it with you in the same way for the past few years, but now I can. So as things are starting to trickle out there, I wanted you to hear it from me first. Of course, there will be fruit preserves. I think we're all clear at this point that jam is my jam. But there's so many more products that I just love that I use in my home, and now it's time to share it with you.
And yet, when Vanity Fair, you are a disgusting newspaper. I don't know why you're becoming so tabloidy, but you're following somebody over there. And I know who. Somebody over here. Maybe what? Tina? Tina? She has nothing good to say about the successes, so you guys are jumping on that bandwagon? Come on, guys. Proper journalism is needed here. Vanity Fair. The Telegraph, we expect nothing better from the Telegraph and the Daily Mail, ran headlines like, What is Meghan hiding, or inspired by home but made 2,400 miles away? It wasn't journalism, it was propaganda. The royal double standard. Let's look at King Charles. His agro wines, bottled in Bordeaux, France, his luxury scarves, designed in the UK, manufactured in Italy, Duchy Organics apples, imported from New Zealand and Chile when out of season. Do we see front page exposes, investigations, conspiracy theories? No, 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 because no one expects the king to harvest his own apples. Yet somehow, Meghan, who clearly outlined her partnerships, is held to a different standard. When her teas cost more, it's greedy. When they're sustainable packaged and thoughtfully blended, it's elitist. But when the royals do it, it's heritage. Please, give us a break with the ridiculous outrage. Give us a break, you guys and your BS, right? The Netflix scandal, that wasn't. Puck News recently tried to paint Meghan's As Ever Netflix partnership as some explosive reveal, but Meghan already disclosed it on her own page. She said Netflix was supporting her both in content and in business operations. There was no gotcha, only proof that Meghan is strategic, honest, and prepared. This is a woman who launched a curated upscale brand with clean visuals, thoughtful storytelling, and transparency. Yet somehow that's treated as manipulative when it's literally how Martha Stewart and Goop operate. Come on, guys. The real reason they are mad, we know why. They are jealous, they're envious. Meghan is doing great and they cannot stand any minute of it, any moment of it. They want to taint her brand. They want nobody interested. But guess what? You remember when you guys were, oh, Beyonce cannot sell any ticket, Beyonce this? Well, Beyonce is one of the richest women right now. Top selling shows. Our shows are sold out. She's a billionaire because of it, making millions. Because guess what? You cannot fight what's for you. What for someone good, you cannot fight it. Here's the truth. Meghan's brand is thriving. Her jam sells out. Her beachside lifestyle post racks up millions of views. Her wine is about to drop on Princess Diana's birthday, no less. And of course, she shared that special date with Harry as well. And that is dropping today. And that's what's killing them. And the buzz is massive. Tabloids don't care about carbon footprints or jam production. They care that Meghan doesn't need them. She doesn't need you guys. We're going to say it over and over. Get a life. Get a grip. She doesn't engage. She doesn't beg for their approval, and that threatens their business model. Even on GB News, yes, GB News, guest Helen Coughlin had to school the host on his bias or biases. She reminded him that Windsor jam isn't made in Windsor Castle, so why the obsession with Meghan's jam?
Flying jam 2,000 miles across America. You're not telling me they could make that jam a little bit nearer to their Hollywood estate?
Well, the carbon footprint is actually every single business out there. If you look at all the businesses, large companies, all the ones that we know today, they all use manufacturing plants that aren't in the location where the the product was created. So it's just industry standard. It happens. If we're looking at Meghan Markle with this fine tooth comb, that means we have to open it up and look at absolutely every single massive business in the world and ask, why are you producing it so far away from home? Shouldn't this be produced in your kitchen? What about the carbon footprint? Do you know, it can't be one rule for Meghan and then other rule for other global businesses.
Well, I think perhaps it can, because if you're sanctimonious about people's everyday carbon consumption, about we should all cut down on holidays, we should all be lean, green, and clean, and then you're flying jam jars 2,000 miles. I think those with glass houses or glass jam jars shouldn't throw stones.
Well, are you going to look into the carbon footprint of the Windsor Strawberry Reserve that is made elsewhere in the UK? We're flying that around the world. Lots of Americans buy that. More Americans buy that than people in the UK. So are we going to ask the Windsors what's going on there? Are they offsetting their carbon footprint?
Do you work for Alan? Do you work for Meghan Markle?
No, I don't. But what I am is a journalist, and I'm fair, and I like unbiased reporting. So that's what I base my reporting on. And I think that actually all the reporting on Meghan Markle has been very biased.
Let's be honest. None of this is about jam. None of it. It's about power, about a biracial black American woman who married into an institution that never wanted her to succeed and is now thriving without them. She's building a global brand on her terms. On her terms. She's using quality suppliers. She's being transparent, and she's doing it while raising a young family and protecting her peace and their peace. If there's any scandal here, is how deeply obsessed some corners of the press have become with smearing her for simply succeeding, for simply living, for simply trying, for simply working, for simply doing what she does best, which is present a beautiful, curated lifestyle so we all can admire it. That's what's killing them. They cannot stand it that Meghan is thriving and succeeding and looking beautiful and happy. And she has a husband that totally adores her, and her children totally love her. They cannot stand it. She's living the soft life, and they hate every single minute of it, because how dare Meghan? Meghan should come back to them and beg them and act as if they're so superior over her and she must take all their crap. But Meghan said, up yours, I will not. I don't need you. I don't need you to. She's not, and I'm going to say it over again, she's not even marketing to the UK. So why the obsession? Okay, you're not going to eat her jam or drink her wine or rosé. Why are you so perturbed? Why is it bothering you? Why are you so annoyed? That's not your business. Mind your own business. Go and talk about Charles's wine. Go and buy it if you want. Leave Meghan's jam alone. But guess what? As we always say, it's none of this is about the jam. It's about Meghan succeeding on her terms, having her money bank in her box. And that is what the problem is all about. So let the jam melt their keyboards. We'll be over here enjoying it as ever. So bye guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.